Hello and welcome to my DC Comics Books of the Week for the week of July 3rd, 2019. And I'm going to start with DCeased number 3. Tom Taylor continues his DC zombie tale, and while I hope we pick up the pace of the overall story next issue, there are a lot of personal moments that will give you the feels here in a horrible and creepy way. It starts with Alfred bombing the crap out of some Gotham zombies, lets Harley Quinn shine as she has a final breakup with the Joker before doing a little bird hunting and shows how kick-ass Mara can be and how scary zombie sharks are. The main focus of this issue and series is on Superman, who has to go back to Smallville and take care of some daddy issues. And those daddy issues being that his daddy is a zombie. I haven't been a huge fan of Trevor Harrison's art so far in this series, and do think that the overall tone of the book is a bit too Injustice so far, but Tom Taylor is great at character work, and that's what shines here. I'm going to give this a 7.5 out of 10. The next book on my list is Justice League number 27. James Tynion IV continues on the book, and I like this one more after reading it a couple of times. We begin with Martian Manhunter seemingly captured by Lionel Luthor, but the twist here is that it's actually Professor Ivo who is trying to step up his game and complete the Legionnaire Club's experiments to make the Apex Predator using John John's DNA. On a side note, one of the best moments of the week was Ivo yelling at Amazo for being, well, not so amazo. The big moment, though, is the Justice League and the World Forger recruiting the Monitor in the fight against Perpetua and the Legion of Doom, even if it felt rushed and a little forced. They are headed off to Cord to recruit the Anti-Monitor now, which I'm guessing won't be so easy. By the way, what's with the Monitor going all dark like Yoda in Empire Strikes Back? The issue ends with Lex Luthor looking like he's wrapped up in an old shower curtain and giving Martian Manhunter a very, very sexy offer. Scott Snyder said this was an event book going forward, and it feels just like that. I'm going to give it an 8.5 out of 10. And finally is Batgirl number 36. Marguerite Scott's final issue of Batgirl is all about tying up loose ends and getting the book set for Cecil Castellucci to step on board. Barbara has already defeated the terrible trio, but now she must inspire them. Yep, the extended fight that takes up the first half of the issue shows what makes Babs a hero and what makes the terrible trio, well, pretty terrible. Shark does get some redemption at the end, but he's a shark, and who needs a redeemed shark? We then head over to Gordon Clean Energy, or should I say Gotham Clean Energy. And while I'm sure everyone's happy they don't have to change the big initial sign on the building, Barbara finds out she's no longer a millionaire. Does anybody even remember that she was a millionaire? Why does she walk away with nothing, though? This is the most hostile takeover ever. Doesn't she own at least one patent? And what the heck does Gordon Clean Energy even do? Batgirl then goes and grabs her stuff from Jason Bard, who wishes he could at least make it into the friend zone before she heads off to the Narrows in an apartment that unfortunately looks better than my house right now. While I'm sad we probably won't be getting a lot of Jason Bard going forward, I need more of this new landlady with her hate of drugs and boys and modern ladies. I'm sad to see Marguerite Scott leave the book and think that she never really had enough time to tell her own story. I really like this ending, though, and I give it an 8.5 out of 10. And I hope you like this. This was a very quick deal to just tell you what books I like this week. If you want to hear more in-depth reviews, and I mean way more in-depth, you can go over to our podcast, which is the Weird Science DC Comics podcast, and hear us talk a lot about all these books and many more. Thanks a lot for listening and watching here, and I'll talk to you later.